Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good day everyone. My name is Humaira Prevanti Putri, and today I will give you a brief presentation about anxiety in learning English language, a paper by Anggiyana Musthachim. So before I go through the explanation, I will inform you the background of the research first and then the research question. After that, I will explain you about the theoretical foundation and followed by research methodology and research result. And finally, I will give you the conclusion. So let's start with the background first. In the classroom, emotions are important because they have impact on learning. They influence students' ability to process information and to accurately understand what they encounter. Emotions have the potential to energize students' thinking and also have the potential to interfere with learning. One of the negative emotion is anxiety. It has potential to disturb students' learning efforts. Also, because anxiety is one of the negative emotion, most language research shows a negative relationship between anxiety and performance. That's why anxiety harms student performance by way of worry, self-doubt, and reducing participation. Anxious students will have difficulties in following lesson. They may learn less and also may not be able to demonstrate what they have been learned. In addition, because the feeling of worried about making mistakes, students thought if they made mistake, the teacher would get angry and their peer would ridicule them. So they preferred to be quiet and sit passively. While some of them also believed that English was a difficult subject, such belief can affect their self-esteem and lead them to feel worried in a classroom. For the question of this research is what factors do students believe to contribute to their anxiety in learning English, which is very important to be discussed. And the next discussion is theoretical foundation. From the theoretical foundation, we will know more about what is anxiety and what types of anxiety and also anxiety in learning foreign language or foreign language anxiety. According to Carlson and Vasquez, anxiety is a sense of apprehension or doom that is accompanied by certain psychological reactions such as accelerated heart rate, sweaty palms, and tightness in the stomach. While according to Ormberg, anxiety is a feeling of uneasiness and apprehensions concerning situation with an uncertain outcome. Well, from the definition explained above, it can be concluded that anxiety is a feeling of being threatened, of apprehensions, tension, and worry as a response to a particular situation or something that might happen in the future. And it is the most well documented psychological phenomenon. Second foundation is about types of anxiety, which according to Ormrod, anxiety is divided into two types based on the duration and situation. The first type is state anxiety, which is feeling of apprehension and nervousness as reaction to particular situation. And the second type is trait anxiety, which is more intense anxiety that depends on one's individual regardless of the situation. And the last foundation is about foreign language anxiety. Foreign language anxiety is a specific anxiety which is related to language learning and use. This anxiety occurring when a learner is expected to perform in the target language. Foreign language anxiety appears to in the form of anxiety such as communication apprehension, test anxiety, and fear of negative evaluation. In other words, it could be said that foreign language anxiety is a feeling or uneasiness, nervousness, worry, and apprehension experienced by learning or using the target language. This research employed the qualitative research method with case study approach to 8th grader of SMPN 9 South Tangerang from April 14 to May 17, 2014. And the next explanation is the major explanation, which is research result. The goal of this research is to find what factors that contributed to students' anxiety in learning English, and the result is found that the sources of the factors that contributed increasing anxiety in students when learning English are not only come from the teacher but also from the students. The first factor that comes from the teacher is when the students being asked to speaking in front of the class. The feeling of anxiety might happen in this situation because of their limited vocabulary and grammatical knowledge, so they fear of being evaluated by both of teacher and peers. Second factor is incomprehensible input happen because the teacher gave an unclear explanation about the lesson, so the students confused about the lesson and start to feeling anxious because of that. The third factor is teacher's personality and attitude. Students got anxious when teacher overly criticized students' mistake, and it made the students intimidated. They also start to feel worried and uncomfortable when suddenly the teacher gave them the task or quiz. And for the factors that come from the student, the first factor is being laughed at by others. This happens when peers around the students give an unsupportive manner such as ridicule them. They all thought that people in their classroom will laugh at them if they make a mistake. Second factor is students' beliefs about the language learning. English has gained reputation as notorious lesson. Many of the participants felt that as English was difficult subject. They often think that they just cannot speak correctly or understand the lesson. This kind of feeling makes them anxious when it comes to English language learning activity. And the last factor is lack of preparation. Participating in class without enough preparation often leads to anxiety. Well, this presentation has come to an end. So the conclusion that can be taken from the explanation are: first, the sources of the factors that contributed increasing anxiety in students when learning English language are not only comes from the teacher but also comes from the student. And the second, there are at least 6 factors which are found in this research that contributing to increasing anxiety in students when learning English language, that there are speaking in front of the class, incomprehensible input, the teacher's personality and attitude, and being laughed at by others, student beliefs, and lack of preparation. I think that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.